Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at Prize Picks. I am Ty Windisch, and I'm thankful to be joined by my co-host Rohan Katti here the day before Thanksgiving, and we're going to depart from our what's become the normal yelling about the Bucks here. We're going to cover a little bit of news and notes up top, but then we're going to draft the Bucks that we've been the most thankful to have watched since we've done the podcast together. Honestly, Rohan, I thought about it. I was at the Blazers game. I was disgusted by the Blazers game. I had some people reach out to me like, hey, there's a lot of injuries. You don't have to be. I'm like, no, it's bad. But I don't want to do that on this pod. I don't want people driving back through, right now, crappy weather, from their Turkey Day festivities, listening to us gripe. Not the right vibe for Thanksgiving. So how are you doing, Rohan? I just talked a lot for the intro, but are you on board with this more grateful, thankful approach to our second pod of the week?
Yeah, I think so. It's better to be, in a nice holiday spirit, trying to be nice, trying to be thankful. And, even though, like you're saying, there's not a bunch of good stuff to talk about when it comes to the Bucks right now, we have had a lot of good times, and we will continue to have good times talking about the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's focus on more thankful activities. How about that? So I like that approach.
Hell yeah. Let's do it. All right. So first up here, before we get to our thankful draft, we've got Giannis has been upgraded to questionable for Wednesday night's game. Questionable? Not as surprising as doubtful. No. Nothing will match doubtful. It was a 1 to 2 week diagnosis. We are at more than 1 week. So I guess not entirely shocking. We're not quite to 2 weeks yet since Giannis had the groin strain in that game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. I don't have real insight here. We do know that he and Kevin Porter Jr. were shooting around prior to the Bucks game against the Blazers on Monday. Neither of them were questionable or doubtful or anything but out for that game. But doing on-court work, even that light stuff, shows they are closer. There was also an interview with KPJ last week that he had gotten back to doing some stuff on the court, but not anything yet. He is still out. But that assignment, to be clear, is about more practice time. I don't think there's any shot he would ever play with the herd. This isn't baseball where there's some advantage. Really, to be honest with you, I don't understand the baseball part of that either. Like, you're healthy enough to pitch, but you want to do it against AA guys. I guess it's easier and it kind of, I don't know. They don't do it in basketball. It's not a thing in basketball.
It's not like, I don't know, in baseball, they do sim games too. Like, why?
Yeah.
I guess it's like cool to like go down and get some practice, like real game speed.
Yeah. I suppose. Maybe it'll become a thing in basketball someday, but to this point it hasn't been. Everyone from like Steph Curry, I think famously was like assigned down to the G League for the extra practice to get to your point.
LeBron most recently.
Yeah, LeBron. To get like a sim game, that's probably the equivalent of a simulated game. I don't think we'll ever, certainly not those guys. Maybe the KPJs of the world will do a little bit of G League time to get up to speed, but generally, if you're healthy enough to play, you just go back on the floor if you're a basketball player. But suffice it to say, both of those guys getting closer, apparently Giannis more so than KPJ. What was your reaction to the questionable status?
I was surprised. I was actually really surprised to see that. If anything, I thought it might be the Knicks game on Friday that he would be questionable for. I was not expecting it for this game, but I mean, he watched that Blazers game. He's like, nah, I gotta get
That's
back
my
here.
Fear. That's my fear.
That's what we were afraid of when we first saw this injury. Like, hey, if the Bucks aren't doing very well, Giannis might try to push himself, and this might be Giannis trying to push himself.
Let's hope not. He is also a noted cup respecter.
I was going to say he respects the cup too much.
He listed it third on his career accomplishments. Giannis may be the only person who respects the cup too much in a league of people that don't respect the cup. Giannis is willing to risk his groin, of all things, to participate in the cup.
Is that enough, kids?
Well, people yelled at me when I didn't say that. I never said that, and you don't really mean that either. Giannis can have as many kids. Giannis has the means to support as many kids as is healthy.
I don't actually mean that.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So we'll see. I mean, I would be thankful if he played as long as he is good to go. And realistically, questionable does not mean playing. I don't think they'd let him out there if it was really a severe risk that he would re-aggravate this thing immediately. You never know in the NBA. I sure hope not, at least. Because, what's 1 or 2 more games? It's been disgusting. The stretch sucked. if you lose to, honestly, like even if you didn't play either, they lost both of these games. I think there's a lot more dignity in losing to the Heat and the Knicks than there was in losing to the Sixers, who are Maxey and friends, and the friends aren't very good, and the Blazers with 6 guys out. Like, these 2 games I kind of just chalked up as L's already. If Giannis plays, that's a little bit of a different story, but we'll see.
Yeah. And also, what's going on with the cup scheduling? Yesterday, Tuesday, was a full cup day
Makes no
in
sense.
the NBA. Today, Wednesday, is also a full cup day?
Makes the month must have just shook out that they didn't have enough Tuesdays and Fridays, but the way they did it is stupid. Just make it a Tuesday in October. That would have been a lot simpler than this.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Well, no, I was going to say it's Thanksgiving, but that shouldn't even matter because that Thursday wasn't a cup day anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's stupid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Fix it.
Fix it.
A lot of things need to be fixed.
Just someone fix it.
We could have done an airing of grievances pod. People might have had more fun with this, but we're trying to be in the other holiday spirit. I guess Festivus is also coming up too.
We can do that then.
Yeah. When is Festivus?
I was about to ask you that.
I thought it was around Thanksgiving. That's the thing. So we could have gone a different way here. Or is it around Christmas?
It's the 23rd of December.
Oh, okay. We'll air grievances or closer to Christmas. I was way off there. Not a true Seinfeld fan. Anyway,
okay.
Yeah. The other news and notes. Jerry Seinfeld, at the time, I don't know if you know. I mean, I feel okay not being a fan.
No, there's plenty of reasons not to be a fan of Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I don't think there's good reasons to be a fan of Jerry Seinfeld nowadays.
No. Literally a Larry David merchant.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah. So we got trade news per Michael Scotto of Hoop Hype. No, so let's put some respect on Scotto's name, by the way. I feel like a lot of people just look to Shams. They look to a little bit of Jake Fisher and Mark Stein. They're paywalled now, so it's not as easy. Scotto drops in good intel all the time. Follow him. Follow his work at Hoops Hype. He had a good notebook today of very early trade buzz. We're not even in December. Most of the league is not even tradable until December 15th or sometimes January 15th. But here is the Bucks stuff that he had. First, the Bucks, let me get this exact quote, because it's not as exciting as probably people thought. The Bucks, quote, have conducted background due diligence on LaVine and others around the league, as usual, sources told Hoop Hype. However, nothing is imminent as Bucks superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo nears a return from a low-grade adductor strain. Is adductor groin? Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
I keep saying adductor. I was like, I thought it was groin. Okay. So that's probably like the least, outside of them not wanting to trade for someone, that's probably like the least close to a trade verbiage you could use.
They're aware that Zach LaVine plays in the league.
It's not even due diligence, background due diligence. Which I guess it wasn't if it got reported.
And said if it was possible.
Yeah, and they found out it's not really. Actually, I want to use this moment for the record. Stop using the ESPN trade machine.
Oh, it's horrible. Use the Fanspo one.
It's not even that it gets some of the financial stuff wrong, which it does, but they don't care about it anymore. They still have Cole Anthony on his pre-buyout salary. So people are throwing Cole Anthony and like Kuzma and thinking you could take back a $50 million player. You can't. He's making vet minimum this year. Fanspo or Spotrac have good ones. You can use theirs. Cole Anthony's a vet min. So, for example, I've seen somebody sent me this. Oh, you could do LaVine and Keon Ellis for Kyle Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and Cole Anthony. You can't. It's too much. You actually need Kuzma, Portis, and a vet minimum player. Just to take back LaVine, you'd have to do Keon Ellis in a separate deal technically because the way the trade math works, like adding 2 minimums doesn't actually work out for the allowable math. So, but that said, it's really hard to trade for LaVine, 3 players. I mean, clearly doesn't sound like they're close to it by any means, but what are your thoughts here? I mean, this is obviously a player we've talked about a lot. He's been available for almost probably the whole time we've done this podcast. I mean, like there's never been, I think, too steep of a price for Zach LaVine. Maybe that
Zach
one
LaVine has
run.
been available his whole career.
Yeah. He started it by being traded basically pretty soon after the draft. And yeah.
Here's the thing about Zach LaVine. He's never been, like, at least these last couple of years, even when he's like been on Bulls teams that are bad and like the Kings teams who are trying to be good but are just bad. The teams have always been better with him off court. Like
Yeah.
the at some point, that's a large enough sample, years and years worth of sample, where you don't really where you can actually put stock into it, where you can say, okay, this actually means something. I just don't. I get the appeal, right? I get the appeal of like another, like a dynamic shot creating guard who can, hit threes, attack the rim, create his own shot. I get that. I get the appeal of that. That's something the Bucks could really use right now. Defense is a disaster.
Yeah.
And in terms of like offense, he's kind of just a black hole.
Yeah, not a big assist guy.
Not a big assist guy. How is he going to fit with Giannis? What are those two going to look like together? I don't see it. I really don't see it. There's little upside for what he can do for the Bucks, and I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I understand people looking at it and just going like, let's Prince or Anfernee or whoever, Portis and Kuzma, like these guys have not been great for the Bucks certainly this year by and large. You get rid of them, it's almost like Ewing theory, like net positive. The problem is you are then bringing in another player who I think is going to contribute the same ways to those issues, and now it's just one player, and you need to fill out a rotation. As we've seen, the Bucks have had trouble doing that with their other injury issues and everything else going on. Even for the offense, like half court offense isn't their problem. They're number one, I think, still in effective field goal percentage, which tells you they can score even without running a lot of plays and stuff in the half court. But they're bad in offensive ratings. They don't get offensive rebounds. Zach LaVine not helping. They don't score in transition, which maybe he helps you.
Transition opportunity.
Exactly. Maybe he helps you when you get there because he's fast and athletic and whatever. Sure. But he's certainly defensively not going to help you open up more transition opportunities, and that's really your issue. It's, I think, the volume, not the quality. So I don't think he helps any of your issues. So it's like, great. We're the same great half-court team who's still overall bad offensively in this new possessions valuing NBA. And our defense is worse. He's better than Portis defensively, but Kuzma actually has added, I think, quite a bit to Milwaukee's defense, and LaVine would not. Kuzma is a better defender than Zach LaVine. And honestly, weirdly important to this team with Prince out. They just don't have any small forwards. Like, if Kuzma goes out, I need a 3-size player coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. You need those types of players. Like, we've seen how the Bucks are kind of just devoid of wings and how that really hurts them. Why they've had to tinker with this starting lineup a lot. By the way, Jericho Sims in the starting lineup. Why not? Sure.
And then after the game, no, I'm not going to do it. Thankful part.
No, we're not going to do it. We're not doing it.
Oh, there's not enough offense spacing. We need more ball handlers. Start Jericho. Whatever. Okay. I'm thankful for Big Sims.
Big Sims, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I mean, it's like how many times we've talked about, like, wow, they have too many shooting guards. Like, let's keep all of our existing shooting guards and get a $47 million shooting guard. You just can't. Like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, if you're getting who's the best shooting guard in the league, everyone plays point now. If you're getting Devin Booker, sure, like, you know what I mean? But you're not. That's not happening. So it's I think it doesn't make sense. The other one, which I also don't think makes sense. So I hope neither of these are what the Bucks are really focused on. A Celtics update in the same Scotto Hoops Hype article about Anfernee Simons, who does not start on a pretty bad Celtics team and has been like his minutes are very up and down. So is his play. This is the quote, the full quote. The Bucks will be involved. Trust me. Over the summer, the Brooklyn Nets and Celtics discussed several trade scenarios involving Simons that ultimately fell through. League sources told Hoops Hype. The Milwaukee Bucks also kept tabs on Simons. Hoops Hype has learned. Kept tabs almost. You could read that as saying the Bucks were interested more over the summer, frankly, than they are now, which
makes sense because
does it?
I think so, because you didn't know what you had at point guard. Like the Ryan Rollins emergence hadn't happened yet. That was probably the weakest position. We had talked about it, like, if there's any position to shore up, maybe it is point guard. But now that issue is kind of solved itself.
Yeah.
So,
One, the Nets' interest, I don't think they care about him as a player. I mean, they're trying to get the Celtics to give them a first-round pick to take him and duck the tax. That's what that means. The Nets are not like, I think he's expiring too. They're not like, we need Simons this year. Like, they're pay us and we'll take him is what the Nets are doing there. So I don't think the Celtics have showcased Simons, I don't like in a positive way. But regardless, again, like, I don't think anyone looks at this Bucks roster and goes, we need more ones and twos who don't defend.
No.
I mean, Simons would be the worst defender on the team. And that's their issue right now, I think. So,
yeah, I think I can interpret that report as more of they were interested over the summer.
Yeah. Or at least they kept tabs. Again, it's like, I kind of feel like if you're a good GM, you probably keep tabs on everyone.
Yeah.
I think they could stop keeping tabs on LaVine, though.
I think so, too.
Like, would you pick a minimum, even, let's say Prince, even though I think he has a player option, but let's just ignore that for now. Prince, let's say he's not going to play, so they trade him. They're like, we'll bring you back. Don't worry about it. So you lose nothing that way this year. You trade Prince, Kuzma, Portis in 2 separate, and actually you need to do another guy. Prince, Jackson Jr., Kuzma, Portis for LaVine and Ellis in 2 separate trades to make the money work. Would you do that, even if you're not giving up a pick?
I don't know.
You also take on $9 million in salary and creep up close to the luxury tax, and you're going to be close to it again. And Ellis is a free agent, unrestricted free agent. So if you bring him in and LaVine, suddenly you're like in a real tax crunch next year.
Yeah, I think I might pass. The king I want most is Keon Ellis, obviously.
Yeah, it's just like hold the LaVine.
Yeah. Can we just not do Zach LaVine? Hey, I promise we'll do that trade next. Can we just get the Keon Ellis trade done?
Let's call this one in first, and then we'll revisit.
It's like, hello?
Hello? Hello?
I'm just calling you back so we can do the Zach LaVine trade. What Zach LaVine trade?
I thought you wanted to talk about the volleyball league. Just distract Vivek. Get Jimmy Haslam to buy into that too, and then get Keon Ellis. And then there was a thing in the Scotto thing of like teams are really interested in Keon Ellis, and they're all like, "Why doesn't he play? Why didn't they pay him last year?" I just imagine the phone calls and like everyone like they're getting 29 calls about Keon Ellis from every team, and the teams are all like trying to neg him. Like, yeah, I totally get why Doug isn't playing this guy more. Is he hurt? No, then you're not. You're just not. Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. You want to send him over? You know, what do you think?
Yeah,
we'll take him off your hands.
What a weird organization, man.
They're terrible. They're just really bad. I mean, they're probably the worst. One of the worst in pro sports.
Yeah,
they had one great team, and they were immediately like, "Let's tear this down."
Immediately.
De'Aaron Fox is like, in 2 years, I probably want to go to the Spurs. They're like, "Let's do it now. Let's get nothing back. Let's make this happen." He's probably like, "Wait, really? It was a pretty soft trade request." No. If you don't want us, we don't want you. We'll take back. What'd they give in that? Is that where they got LaVine?
It is where they got LaVine.
Jesus Christ.
What a strange times.
Thankful we're not the Kings.
Yeah, that's one thing to be thankful.
Yeah. My goodness.
Is there any other Bucks news?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm trying to think of everything that's happened. I'm thankful they weren't discussed on any of the recent Zach Lowe shows that I've been listening to. I keep seeing like big topics, big questions, risers and fallers. I was like, oh no, they skipped them. I was like, let's go. But no, I think that's all the news and notes. So I want to say I'm thankful for our partner Prize Picks, who we've worked with for a long time here on the show. And you, if you're going to sit down, whether you're watching football or basketball this holiday weekend, Prize Picks is the place to do it. And code Eurostep is the code to use when you sign up for the first time, because you get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. This episode and all of our episodes are brought to you by Prize Picks. We all make decisions every day, and we make proclamations on social media every day. But the only place where you get paid about being right about those decisions and predictions is Prize Picks. So don't miss any of the excitement this sports calendar through the holiday season on Prize Picks. Rohan and I play, we win, and we have fun tracking our picks game to game. It's simple to play Prize Picks. You just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in. You can get action on various sports in more than 40 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Wisconsin. And on Prize Picks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose Flex Play, where you get paid even if one of your picks misses, or if you want the biggest payouts, go for the Power Play. No matter how you play, though, Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test, and they offer injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. So download the Prize Picks app today using the promo code, or using the link in our description, and use promo code Eurostep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Eurostep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. If that's not a great Black Friday deal, I don't know what is. Prize Picks, It's good to be right. Oh, I went to the wrong. It was just us big on the screen for a second. Now we're on the right thing. It's time for our draft. I'm thankful to podcast with you, Rohan. I would like to offer you your choice of if you would rather pick first or second.
I'll go second.
Okay.
Because I'm also thankful for you.
Well, thank you. I was kind of hoping I'd get the easy pick second, but that's okay. Let me just move our names around here. So the conceit here, I talked about this up top, but we are going to be drafting not the best. We're not building a team. I know it's 5. It's not a real starting 5. None of that matters. Just the players we're thankful to have watched on the Bucks since we've been doing this, which is basically the 1920 season was the beginning. Yep. So most of the modern Giannis era here. I'm going first. I have a couple guys that I really want to get. You know what I mean? Like kind of my sleepers, my true favorites, like not my niche picks. Niche is the word I'm looking for. But I'm not going to be stupid here. I will take the big fella Giannis Antetokounmpo up first. As we've seen this last week, he is really the straw that stirs the drink. And, our podcast is potentially, homage to him, we'll say. I don't want to get sued while I'm being thankful. But, thankful to have watched Giannis, the greatest player in Bucks history, best player in the league over the last half decade, one of the most dominant scorers of all time, and a class act as well throughout it all. So I think a pretty obvious first pick here. And I could guess I know where you're going to go with number 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, Giannis is the obvious first pick, right? There's no way around that. There's no Milwaukee. There might not be the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis.
Yeah.
It's he means so much to this city, to this fan base, to the country, to the world. Like it's hard to find someone who doesn't like Giannis. And
I wouldn't want to either.
I know, right?
Imagine a red flag. You're meeting like how do I phrase this correctly?
Potential partner?
No. A partner's friend's partner. Those can be some of the most awkward meetups because it's such it's your distant links on a chain. You have no control. And it can be even just like a non-sports guy can be hard. But imagine first thing fella says to you is really don't like Giannis Antetokounmpo. Imagine someone in Milwaukee saying that straight face, and you probably would try to laugh. You'd be like, "Oh, that's a funny
joke there."
Yeah, that's funny sarcasm, guy." Like, imagine if that would be like probably the reddest of red flags.
Exactly. It's just impossible to not like Giannis. I mean, there's just like the dominance on court.
I thought you were going to say dominating.
Off court. Dominating.
It sounded like that's what you were saying. I was like, wait, what?
I mean, he was dominating.
Yeah, he was. So. That was as likable as he's ever been, frankly.
It's just we're so lucky. Yeah. We're so lucky. I mean, the Bucks suck right now, but we're still so lucky.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's got one of like the 12 best seasons so far by some advanced stat. Like, he's been sensational despite all the Bucks' problems.
He's probably the second greatest power forward of all time.
Yeah.
In terms of legacy, yeah. He might have passed Timmy in terms of like overall peak, but in terms of like a career, it's Timmy.
Yeah. I don't want to get out of I mean, I've seen the way someone like Shaq, who doesn't respect anyone, talks about Timmy. I don't even want to go to that territory.
No, it's like, come on. Like, it's Tim Duncan.
Was it Tracy McGrady? Someone was like, "Oh, I don't think Tim could have carried a team." And Shaq, of all people, was like, No. Like, that guy was, I mean, they haven't won a single one without him. I think that, for all the talk about the Spurs as this org and everything else, it was kind of like, Tim Duncan is there, we win 5 titles. Tim Duncan is not there, 0 titles.
The last title was almost like Tim Duncan wasn't there.
He helped.
He did. No, not to say that it was. We're getting distracted. Second, it's Khris Middleton. Yep. It's the pillars of the organization. Like, the third best Buck of all time
in the combo. In terms of,
yeah. He's no worse than fourth.
Right.
No worse than the fourth Buck ever. The second best of this generation. It's grew up with him and Giannis go hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Those two like grew up with this team together, went from fighting each other for not actually fighting each other, but like for minutes. I mean, maybe who knows? In training camp to winning a title together. It's incredible. What an amazing career Khris Middleton has had. It's a true story of hard work and work ethic and skill and talent and development. It's so awesome. It's so cool. Khris Middleton will forever be like, that jersey's getting retired, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask for more than what Khris provided to this team. He gave his body for this team.
I was going to say, I mean, I would still be here, and I think the Bucks would probably have another ring or two if he had stayed healthy, but that's not, I mean, it just happens. It's not anyone's fault. Injuries just happen.
No, he gave everything he possibly could for this team. Like, I saw a few days ago, he put up 2 points in a Wizards game where he played 20-something minutes. Like,
he did just have like a 14 assist game or something, but it's very off and on right now for Khris. That's probably just how it's going to be going forward. But
yeah, he gave it all to the team, and that's why he doesn't really have much left.
Yeah,
true icon, Khris Middleton.
Yep. Could not agree more. I think everyone knew how these first two were going to go, but it just had to be that way. And yeah, I don't want to relitigate everything right now, but you're entirely correct that as great as it would be to still have Khris around, we just have to also be realistic with the current status of Khris Middleton. But that said, that doesn't change the fact that, he brought us so many great memories. He brought the Bucks so far, obviously with Giannis, but really helped to carry them. Like when Giannis was out at the end of the Hawks series.
One of the most clutch players
had one of the most clutch playoff runs of all time. Remember, it was like him and LeBron over like the last whatever many years of tying or go-ahead shots in the final seconds of a game. Like, was on an all-time run. And just, you rewatch those, like the Suns series in particular, all of them, but really that one, down the stretch, just like Khris in the half court over and over and over. Bucks trailing a lot more than I think people remember in those games too. And like, just an unflappable player. Like, it didn't matter to him. So... well, it's so
automatic
awesome.
Bucket. Whenever he pulled up, I was like, oh, this is going to go in, right?
Yeah. And some of the passes to Giannis, too, like they were so sensational together.
Played so well together.
Yeah.
Like they understood each other so well.
Yeah. All right. Let's do Snake, so you're up again.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
This is where it gets like...
it gets a little more fun now.
Yeah.
Opens up a little bit.
I'm going to say Brook. I'm going to go with the big fella here.
Nice.
Brook Lopez, one of the most dominant defensive players as a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Just the most impactful free agent signing in Bucks history.
Yep.
Made all defense teams, revitalized it. Like, not revitalized. His career was already good. But like completely
extended at the very least.
Absolutely. Just a dominant rim for defensive presence at the rim. Was a good shooter for a majority of the years. Not every year, but a good portion of those years. People will, try to remember like, oh, the defensive woes in the playoffs and things like that. Like, yeah, obviously. But he also anchored one of the best defenses that this league has seen in those early stretches of the Bucks under Bud. It was consistent play. He never missed games outside of that season where he had to have back surgery, and even he came back that year.
Oh yeah,
a total is just Iron crazy.
Man. A total Iron Man.
Was even like in rest games where like no one else is playing, he's like Brook Lopez still suiting up. He was amazing for this team. It kind of just his body started to give up on him at the end there. He's just old. Yeah.
I don't even know if his body, he just can't. The league gets faster every year and he gets a little slower every year. I mean, he's still playing like every game for the Clippers when they call on him. But I mean, they built their defense around him, frankly. Yeah. Obviously, Giannis was very involved and their point of attack guards, who I'm sure at least one of will be picking as well. But he was the anchor of that Bud defense that took the Bucks from a fun, solid 40-ish, mid-40s win team, which they were, to like 60s, high 50s, best stretch in franchise history, and then ultimately a title. And, you'd say the playoffs. I mean, I think it was more like his latter stages when he slowed down. I mean, in the non-Giannis division has one of the great Bucks defensive plays, the block on KD in the Nets series. Like, contributed a lot still defensively, even in the playoffs, even if it was tough some matchups, especially with they really went against a lot of great mid-range teams, with the Nets and the Suns that run, but stifled the Heat in that first-round series. What a player.
Amazing.
All zero drama guys, too.
Oh, absolutely. The Bucks don't really have drama guys, or at least they didn't.
Yeah. It's not bad. I mean, now even.
There's a couple guys.
I think they had a guy and then released a guy who maybe brought more than anyone else we could talk about, but we'll leave that for another day. Maybe we'll talk about him here. I don't know. Not with this pick, though. I'm going to go with Jrue Holiday.
Yep.
I think this probably closes out the most obvious consensus picks, but we'll see if there's others that you think are. I think we all know some more guys who will
top
go.
4 of the title team.
Exactly. Like these are the ones that made that happen to the largest extent. And even though Jrue, has been gone for a while now, I think it's been from his side all love as he's come back. Even I think one of his first quotes on it was like, obviously really hurt, but I understand it going to get Dame Lillard, which I think that's more than fair for a player to acknowledge that, right? Like, I think if I were a player, I'd be a lot more less understanding, I guess I'll say, about the situation. But when he was on the team, I mean, Jrue immediately took the Bucks from that team that just couldn't get over the hump to literally winning a title in his first season. And there were some offensive warts in the playoffs, sure, but I think a lot of those were exasperated by not having Khris in the latter 2 playoff runs with Jrue. When he was more the third guy, I think things were so much more seamless for him in the Bucks. But my God, when he was at his best, I mean, just an all-time game record defensively, some of the best defensive plays you'll ever see. Obviously, the steal, right, knocked away and stolen by Holiday is probably the most iconic Bucks play of all time.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I think it's number 1. I mean, it was like Kareem's skyhook against Boston in a series they ultimately lost. When they won in 71, they were frankly too good to have like a signature.
Didn't have a lot.
It was just like 5. It was 500 otherwise unremarkable skyhooks as they just blew everybody out. I think. There were other. Obviously, Khris hit a bunch of great shots of every playoff run he played in, but that play, of course, was the moment it was
22 playoffs against the Celtics too,
the Celtics,
where he had the
steal on Smart.
Steal on the block and then the steal in 2 successive possessions.
Yeah. The steal where Smart went flying was one of at the time, one of my favorite playoff moments ever.
To go up 3-2 in Boston without Khris.
That it was so painful to then lose 2 from there. I will always remember though, I don't think I'll ever enjoy a playoff series loss as much as that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one year where after, I think we were all like, yeah, I mean, just try to get healthy, dude. Like, they were right there without their second best player, which unfortunately would become a trend for the Bucks, not just Khris, but just going forward. But Jrue was just awesome. Big moments, just randomly just knocking down off the dribble threes all the time. And another great, person who added a lot to the Bucks on and off the court. This core 4, we didn't know how good we had it.
No, we really didn't.
Not even close.
No, I think we did. Well, obviously they won a title.
Yeah.
They should have gone back to back. It's just luck wasn't on their side after that.
No.
And you'd need a lot of luck to win a title, and they got one.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll take the one you can get for sure.
Hmm.
So I'm still up.
You are still up.
This is where I can get a little crazy.
You've got Giannis and Jrue.
By the way, random. I think Bill Simmons has become a real Bucks respecter. I'm not sure if he just has a source here or what. When he was naming all-time defensive duos, somebody asked him in his mailbag pod if Castle and Wemby was going to be there, and he rightly was like, hold on, dude. Like, we've had a long league. But on his short list, he threw out Giannis and Jrue, which I was like, didn't totally expect. I think 100% fair. But I feel like you didn't hear them talked about as much as like a defensive duo. But I thought that was nice that they were included there with like, I think Pippen and Jordan won. Obviously, there's been a lot of great ones over the years, but
yeah, I mean, Jrue Holiday is one of the best perimeter defenders ever.
Yeah, he's still really good, even though
Yeah.
the injuries have slowed him down a bit. But yeah,
Giannis is a DPOY guy.
yeah,
Like,
game record. It makes sense. I just, I don't know. I guess you don't really think about defensive duos that often. Period. But
no, it's good. I like that mention though.
yeah, I'm staying on defense. I'm going with Wes Matthews.
Dang it!
I knew. I was like, I thought about taking him first and second because I knew you'd want him to. He's been top of mind because he's calling the Bucks games, and every single pod we're like, man, wish they had someone who could bring what Wes brought. I'll have to link it in the pod description. Just a random like fan made edit of him to a Pusha T song and his defensive highlights one year. He just defended so like strong. I mean, strong, epic. His hands were sensational. He would swipe the ball out. He has blocks on threes coming from like rear contest blocks at the rim, strips, like on great players. I mean, slapping it out of KD's hands. He could guard anybody. I mean, just a gritty, strong, awesome player to root for. Offensively, you weren't getting a whole lot. A couple big threes. He'd have some random like floaters where you're just like, I didn't know you could do that. I don't know if he knew he could do that before he tried it. But you just always loved when Wes Matthews was in a game defensively. You felt like he had a chance to guard anyone in the league. And again, like I don't think we knew how hard it was to have that guy on a team with Drew and with Giannis. Like right now, it's like, oh my God, that feels so far from what the Bucks have at the moment. I miss it a lot. If the Bucks go and get like Matisse Thybulle or someone like that, I'm going to ignore the offensive stuff. I miss having more defenders like this. I miss Wes Matthews. Energy was just off the charts.
Yeah. The offense was pretty good too, man.
Yeah, he knocked down those threes most of the time from the corner. I mean, it wasn't a ton of stuff. He wasn't going to average 16 a game or whatever, but he would help. He was a good rebounder too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. It's just a pain that he played for the Bucks 3 out of 4 years, and the 1 year he didn't, they win a title.
He deserved a ring for sure.
Absolutely. Hey, if they get another one, he's on the team technically.
Yeah, true.
It's just like, it was never like flashy or anything, but he's just a perfect connecting piece. And it worked so well to have a guy like him. I'll always think about that. What was it, 22-23, where they opened against the Sixers, and he had that basically game winner against them.
What?
Or no, wait. No, I'm also thinking. I'm thinking about the Celtics.
The Christmas game.
Yeah, the Christmas game.
It wasn't the opener. He didn't sign.
The opening
right
was
away.
They cut Yorgos to get him.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite regular season West games for sure, because he was literally on the couch. And wasn't the story, I think, didn't he like text or call someone? I don't know if it was the GM or like an owner, and he was like, I'm ready. Like, I can give you more defensively. And it looked like his career might have just been over at that point. And they bring him in for Yorgos or whoever it was, and he immediately has like a game-winning defensive play.
Yeah.
And I remember saying something stupid at the time, like one of the best off-the-couch performances in Bucks history. Like, who's tracking that? But it was.
Also, that essentially game-winning 3 against the Celtics, I think that was the opening night game I might be thinking of, or opening week.
That sounds right.
I think, it was Drew. Drew got blocked by Robert Williams at the rim. They get the rebound. I think Hill gets the rebound, and they kick it out to Matthews for a go-ahead 3. Man. They had such good role players, man.
I know. That's really what we didn't know how good we had it. I thought they'd just always be able to find more. And they've had some good finds recently, but like starting with Jay Crowder, that's really when it turned.
It is.
The run they were on, I was like, Crowder's going to come in and be incredible. And he kind of was for moments, but it couldn't sustain. But I don't want to say too many names. I don't want to give you too many ideas. We have a lot of picks left. You have 2 in a row here. But yeah. Man,
it's really unfortunate because I was thinking of Wes Matthews for this pick. So I'm trying to think of who I want to be, this pick. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I was gonna save this to the end, but I'm just gonna do it. It's TA.
Oh, I should have known. I thought a completely different direction, but I should have known this was coming.
Thanasis Antetokounmpo, I have completely flipped the script on everyone's thinking about TA. I will take that responsibility.
Yep, you earned it.
People hated it. And then last year, when he's gone, you could feel the energy being different. And then you could feel the energy changing when he's back courtside and everything. Just what an animal. And also just like what a resilient guy who's never said anything poorly, even though he just gets he's just constantly the butt of jokes.
Yeah.
And he's just still such a happy, jovial guy.
Yeah.
And is always there, will support his team no matter what, is always going to be supporting his brothers. Just the type of person you aspire to be.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
Like you can't, again, similar to with Giannis, you can't say a single bad thing about TA for actual things, like he's done everything right. He's done everything the right way. He's, rehab from one of the most devastating injuries in basketball and is still like, he'll go out there and get you and ones.
Yeah, exactly. He had the loudest cheers of the night on Monday where Thanasis' late bucket against the Blazers. Yeah,
he played in Game 7 against the Nets, man.
Yeah, Bud would actually had
a defensive stop on KD in Game 7.
Yeah, he could always bring it defensively. Always brought the energy. Brings it on the podcast scene now. I mean, the episode with him, Giannis, and Khris Middleton was one of probably the best Bucks podcast you could possibly do because it was so honest and such a deep combo. It was really good. Has fully embraced Wisconsin. He's had like the Miz on his pod, like Jacob Mizorowski, not the wrestler if you're not tuned into Brewer stuff. But yeah, that's a great pick. The Thanasis is awesome. You taking Alex now?
I will not be taking Alex.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Taking Yorgos Kalaitzakis. There's a few players I would want to go for here, but I'm not sure. This is where it sort of gets really, really difficult, right?
Yeah.
Because we're getting into the crux of things. I've been thinking. I'll say it out loud because the fourth.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing Pat Connaughton.
Okay.
But I'm not sure.
Just going full title team.
That's why it's like I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to do this. I've been thinking about what if I go with like Luca Vildoza or someone like that?
Axel Toupon.
Axel Toupon, yeah, why not? DeAndre Liggins. Let's get into those types of players. But I don't know, man. I maybe I will just go with Pat.
Yeah, Planet Pat.
Consistent role player, part of the title team, obviously. And I don't that's why I kind of wanted to avoid it. I don't want this to just be a title team remembrance pod.
Right. But
also
it's a pretty good thing to remember. I mean,
we're thankful that the Bucks won a championship. Just consistently good, consistently dependable. Consistently good is maybe a stretch. Dependable. I was about to say will not lose you games. He will do that.
How did I not get Pat? I got the 24 on the wall behind me. Man.
But those are completely unrelated.
They are completely unrelated, but it is quite the coincidence.
It's a wild coincidence. Just, was able to be like a knockdown shooter at times, learned how to finish at the rim, developed that skill really, really well.
Double bang
athletic
guy.
Shot blocker. Yeah, double bang guy. He's also done like fun stuff. Like he was in the dunk contest. Like that's fun. He brought out he did the Wisconsin MVPs where he's dunking over Yelich and Giannis, and it's just like it's fun to do the white men can't jump stuff. Like it's fun. He was a fun personality.
Great on the business side.
He did stuff on the business side. Yep.
Yeah.
Just
really reinvented his game a couple of times. I mean, he became a much better three-point shooter. And then, we would also talk about the drives. I mean, he really improved his ball handling, too, during his Bucks career.
The only playable bench player in that Nets series.
Yeah. And, Giannis's workout guy, really shows, again, the personality, the work ethic, was a perfect fit for those teams as the just kind of do-it-all bench wing player.
Yeah, would constantly push him in the weight room.
Yeah.
I think Marcus was telling a story about this when the Hornets came to town, or they played whichever one of those back Hornets games it was.
Yeah,
like, constantly trying to set like squat records and things like that against Giannis. It's like, man, you're hanging with Giannis. Like,
That's wild. Yeah.
It's just cool. It's just
is.
cool. Got to push Giannis. Got to, shoot the ball well, defend like smartly at times, aside from when he's jumping.
Yeah.
Because he just want to show off. He really likes to show off that he can jump.
I still to this day have a Spotify playlist that's just called the Pat C playlist, and the only song is Jumpman by Future and Drake, because I did it for a pic I tweeted like years and years and years ago, and I just never deleted it. And every time I see it now, I smile.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go with Pat.
That's a good one. So that you're gonna have the last pick. I have two in a row. I know where I'm gonna go with one of them. I'm just trying to decide the other one. I feel like there's so many different ways. There's been so many important players over the years. I'm going to do at least one more current player. I'm just trying to nail down, like we have to do some random honorary mentions, I think, at the end.
We will have to do some honorary mentions.
Because there's going to be some good ones that we leave out.
Mm-hmm. Like, who can forget Marvin Williams retiring after they blew it in the bubble? Immediately after.
It would have been kind of nice. It would have been nice if he retired a little earlier, to be honest.
We were doing the post-game pod. It's like, oh, Marv retired.
Yeah. No, I get it. All right. I know where I'm going to go. I decided. I told you I was going to look at the stats. I looked through the stats, or like the rosters, and I wasn't factoring this player, but he's knocking out a different guy I was going to pick in these last two. I'm going to go PJ Tucker fourth.
Oh, there we go.
Only the half season, one of the least utilized offensive players of all time, but starting after Dante goes down, taking the KD assignment, taking the Booker and Chris Paul assignment at various times, mostly Booker, hitting that 1-3 every 2 games, but just defensively and on the glass. I mean, you talk about the Bucks need offensive rebounding. You drop PJ Tucker on any team, and suddenly they are like a great offensive rebounding team. He is just so tough, so physical. And then in terms of like off court and like what else you bring to a team, I mean, he was one of the guys saying we need to switch more, like kind of pushing Bud to modernize their defense a little bit. But also, We Dogs is just an all-timer. His mentality after Giannis went down, I'll never forget. Like, the team probably needed it. I think we needed it too, of PJ just saying, like, we didn't come this far to lose. And then, of course, an all-time championship celebration. The big bottles. He's randomly, like, at Harp, I think. Just all over the place. Disappointed with the Milwaukee celebration scene and the nightlife. I get it, PJ Tucker. I understand. But still made the most of it. And unintelligible in the best ways at the parade celebration as well. So shout out to PJ Tucker, an all-time great, probably one of the greatest rentals you could ever have, to be quite honest.
Oh yeah, it's like it's like everyone thought he was that piece for a while.
Yeah,
and they would never get there. Like, what was it? The Suns a few years back had traded for him from Toronto because they thought he was the missing piece. The Rockets, obviously.
Yeah. The LeBron stopper for a long time, which is a hard thing to do, man.
It's no one's really figured that one out.
No.
Even to this day. And just the team he does it with is Milwaukee. Like, it's so cool to be able to be like, oh, this guy who's been like trying to win a title for so long does it with the Bucks, like that's awesome.
That is awesome.
Great story. Just, was, like almost didn't have an NBA career, was fighting his way from overseas.
Yeah.
And just fully embraced Milwaukee. Didn't really seem like he wanted to leave either.
No. No, the Heat just came in with a big contract. I get why the Bucks did what they did, and I think he was good that next year.
The right call.
Yeah, it was good that first year after, and would have helped the Bucks, I think. But they really needed more scoring against Boston. But then the 2 years after that, I mean, he basically sad end to the career where nobody cut him. I think he never got bought out, but just was like teams didn't even want him to play.
Didn't he sign a 10-day this year with the Knicks?
I don't know. Maybe last year.
I feel like it was this year.
10 days aren't eligible yet unless it's an injury thing. I don't know if they've had enough.
Maybe.
I think you're right though. I think he pulled up last year for them.
Last played for the Knicks.
But he's like almost 40 now, I want to say. But an all-time Bucks tenure. I wouldn't put him above CeCe in terms of rentals, CeCe Sabathia for Wisconsin sports. But for the Bucks, I don't think you could come up with a better rental than PJ Tucker.
Oh, yeah. It was in March he signed a 10-day.
Yeah.
I was technically right. It was this year.
True.
I meant this season, obviously.
So I've got one more.
Obviously, the best rental is Kawhi Leonard in general, but
for all teams, yeah, it's hard to beat. Yeah. Hard to beat what he did. Number 5, I'm going to Ryan Reynolds.
Who's Ryan Reynolds?
Ryan Rollins. Ryan Hollins? Ryan Rollins. I was so excited to get him with my last pick that I couldn't say the
Ryan
name.
Ronald McDonald.
He's got a farm. E-I-E-I-O. No, Ryan Rollins, who it's early, of course, but just the story here, which we've talked about on pods. I know he's had a bad game against Portland. Toumani Camara is awesome. He'll bounce back. But to go from, allegations of shoplifting, getting cut by the Wizards after getting dumped by the Warriors in the Jordan Poole trade, after being injured most of your career and barely playing, jumping on with a two-way as the Bucks at the end of a season, not having a super memorable two-way run, but making some shots, shooting a good percentage from the corners, winning a spot in camp, winning playing time with some other injuries, coming in, having an amazing game against the Raptors, immediately separates his shoulder, plays through it the whole year, is fantastic anyway, and then gets a new contract, and now, I just saw a graphic today, he's one of the 10 players scoring most of their points in the NBA on unassisted field goals, like a list with like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and James Harden, and a really efficient clip on his unassisted shots, like becoming a most improved player option. I think All-Star will be tough with the new format, but becoming like a star level if you look at the advanced metrics of like percentage of points and scoring off the dribble and all these other things. And we just haven't had a guy anywhere close to this since like Middleton, I would say. And it's really fun. And hopefully he's going to be a Buck for a really long time. Could be the key to the next great Giannis era. We've talked about actually literally exclusively so far guys from the first great Giannis era. All of our 8 picks were that. Rollins hopefully is going to be part of the next one. That's certainly the goal. But I want to give some love to him and this current team here. It's just been so fun to watch this kind of evolution. It's been so long since we've had a development story like this. And hopefully it keeps going. And he's, if we do this again in 5 years, he's an even higher pick. Yeah,
it's tough to argue with that, right? It's like that prototypical great story that we were talking about with Khris Middleton. You kind of see the shades of that in Ryan Rollins, like you were mentioning. It's so cool to see a guy like find himself with the Bucks. Like it's cool to see guys find themselves with other teams, but it's even better when it's the Bucks, obviously. So it's such a cool story. I mean, is he the front runner for most improved player right now?
He's up there for sure. There's guys like Maxey in the convo, but I think I've already seen some grassroots push for like, let's give it to a player who kind of made a career here versus like a player everyone liked who continues to get better. I think that's how it should be. Yeah,
like ascended to like he was on the bench for the game of the season to is the second best player on the Bucks. Like, yeah. It's kind of insane how meteoric that rise has been in such a short amount of time. Like, we thought he was going to be good this year. Like, we had a lot of faith in Ryan Rollins. I even said he was going to win that starting job this year. We didn't think it was going to be this.
6 days ago, per BetMGM, he's 4th.
Okay, who's the top 3?
5th. Jalen Duren, which that's a tough one. Josh Giddey, I think that's going to fade as the Bulls fade.
Yeah, that's going to, yeah.
Denny Avdia. Oh, he is 4th. Sorry, I don't know what I'm looking at. Denny Avdia and then Rollins. So I think Duren's legit. Avdia, probably if he keeps this up, that's probably legit. I think he went from like good role player to kind of like a star. Giddey, I don't know, but then Rollins.
It's not going to be Giddey.
Yeah,
but he's up there for sure.
Yeah,
he's going to be up there, and just because like I was saying, we thought he was going to be like a good role player for this team, not just a star for this team. Just a rapid rise. I mean, he's having some trouble recently. Teams are figuring out you just need to put a lot of pressure on him, and it kind of takes him out.
Yeah,
but that's also indicative of the Bucks not having any other real ball handler or shot creators.
That doesn't help.
It does not help at all. Because if they double Ryan Rollins immediately, there's no one else who's going to do anything, and you can play outnumbered on defense. It's the Milwaukee Bucks. It's just it's tough. But no, we're thankful. We're doing good things. It's a good pick.
Yeah, thank you. So who do you got? One pick left. Who is your last pick in the Bucks thankful draft?
I think it almost feels. Oh, there's two players I could say. It almost feels disrespectful not to have them in here.
Yeah.
He gave it all, man. It's Damian Lillard.
Yeah, I was wondering if Dame would be picked.
He made, like, he did everything he could, you know? For whatever drama you want to say or whatever, he played his heart out for this team. 2-time All-Star in 2 seasons in Milwaukee.
Yep.
Literally, like, tore his Achilles playing for the Milwaukee Bucks because he was already hurt and he still wanted to gut it out for this team, even though Giannis wasn't playing. He still wanted to be able to, you know, play really, really good basketball and play at a high level for this Milwaukee Bucks team. We've said this before. You run that simulation 100 times, 90 times, it probably works out. Amazing.
Yeah, a lot of conflating factors went into it. I think injury luck, but also like the coaches they brought in, the team construction around them. But yeah, I mean, 2-time All-Star game starter, few game winners that he put together in those 2 years. You know, really did gut it out that second year to try to play with Giannis this time against the Pacers after, you know, kind of struggling without Giannis.
From blood clots, man.
Yeah, from blood clots. Had that, was it like a 40-point first half in game 1, his first season, but unfortunately he ended up getting hurt too in that year. So, yeah, I mean, great times. Was the most excited any of us have ever been about a Bucks trade. I mean, I did a video for my freaking honeymoon, drinking a beer about this, showing a decent amount of thigh, just relaxing in New England, excited, but didn't work out. But I think it's a good pick, and I'm glad that you did it. Let me add HM. We can each officially pick one. We can name more guys after if we want. I feel like I know. Can I guess the other guy you've been thinking about?
Yeah.
Is it George Hill?
It wasn't, actually. But okay. I have George Hill.
Yeah.
The guy I kind of feel like it's a little disrespectful is Bob.
Yeah. Is that going to be your official honorable mention?
I don't know.
Here's the thing with Bob. He's not going to be mine either. Because
Bob's pissed me off.
the thing is, he's still here. I think if Bob had left at the same time as these other guys, he's probably on one of our lists. But not entirely his fault. Some of it is his fault. He's like part of issues on the current Bucks, and it makes it harder to appreciate. I think looking back, looking back from a farther lens, we'd probably be more thankful for Big Bob. He was their best player against Portland, for what it's worth. You know what?
The game they got blown out.
I'll honorable mention Bobby Portis, just so we're not total naysayers.
Like, obviously, there's been a lot of highs with Big Bob, right?
Yeah.
Like, he was closing out finals games. Like,
yeah.
He's always been a leading candidate for 6th man of the year. He was the 9th man of the year.
He was the 9th man of the year, or 8th, or whatever it was.
It's just there's been a lot of bad that comes with the good.
Yeah.
And some of this, it's just been a lot of stuff has just been mind-boggling and frustrating on court. Obviously, off court, he's great.
Well, was that big suspension last year?
Oh yeah,
there was that. I mean, that wasn't great.
I forgot about that.
It's not been 100%. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad person or anything, but it wasn't a good thing that happened off court.
From the limited conversations I've had with Bobby Portis, he seems like such a nice person.
Yeah. Does a lot for the community, sponsors a mentorship program. They bring people to the game. He does the ticket stuff.
Great stuff in the city. This is, obviously, all this stuff that I'm saying is bad is on court. I want that to be clear.
Yeah, and the suspension.
Yeah, that counts as on court because he's not on the court.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't believe he took PEDs and it's still bad.
Yeah.
It's like when Tristan Thompson took PEDs. Like, for what?
Yeah.
What do you
like the Wiz players only meeting, or should I not get you started on that again?
Oh, man.
I think they won a game. They won a game after that, so it worked out.
They did.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, he's up there for sure.
I stole your pick and I took him, or I jumped you. So you can take someone else, and Big Bob is on our board now.
I mean, like, George Hill kind of had the same issues.
Yeah.
It's like we're just trying to, like, we're romanticizing the past a little bit because, like,
had a lot of big moments.
He did have a lot of big moments, but he also had a lot of...
Sorry, go ahead.
Not a ton of big moments, but he would, like, close games. But he was also, like, we grew increasingly frustrated with George Hill a lot of the times because he just would not shoot the ball.
Probably before the time frame I set for this, too. Because, like, some of his biggest games were, like, when Brogdon was on the team.
Yeah.
So that was before, even, I would say. So we can put aside. Who else do you got?
He played with Milwaukee once, 2 seasons? 1.5 seasons during this time frame.
Okay.
No, he played only 1 season outside of the time frame. I can't read.
Oh, okay.
Some other guys that I've been thinking about, Robin Lopez. I love Lopez.
Yeah.
AJ Green.
Yeah, that's kind of on the Rollins thing. Yeah.
Who else have I been thinking about?
Not Big Kuz, not Big Sims.
No.
Miles Turner.
Not yet.
Yeah, he's got a little ways to go.
Yeah. But then it's like, I'm not talking about Eric Bledsoe. But I'm not doing that.
Maybe we should have done honorable mention. We might not have enough guys. Should I make Big Bob our combined honorable mention?
Yeah, let's do that as our combined one.
Nice. Luckily, I learned how to merge cells. There, Bobby Portis centered below everyone else.
I'm just trying to think, like, Ersan, tail end of Ersan.
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, whatever.
You kind of run out of guys.
I'm not with some of the meme guys that other people. I was never a Nate Walters guy. Not a good pod to say who I wasn't thankful for, but
I hated Nate Walters. Also, outside of the time frame.
Yeah, it is. But like, he's a little white guy. I know there's a lot of representation stuff there, but that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah. Were we thankful for Serge Ibaka?
No. Dante?
Dante he never had it with the Bucks.
Number 1 Buck, most interactions with me on Twitter all time. I probably should have listed him. None of them were positive, but
for me, it's Delhi. Funny enough, I think
I got a retweet from Giannis way back when like he and Thanasis would just retweet everyone that said he should be an all-star way back in the day.
Oh yeah. Big Rod.
Rodney Hood. Oh, wow. How do we not do number 37
37, I was going to say.
Shemi Ojale.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of players.
Yeah, I'm scrolling through and I'm trying to look.
I don't think we missed anyone too crucial.
Obvious, right?
Yeah, I mean, we got pretty much all the core championship guys, Dame, Rollins, like... And then West was not a core, but like that era, I think he was probably him and Hill. I think Hill is probably the best player we missed. I mean, correct us if we're wrong here.
Yeah, I mean, who can forget the DeMarcus Cousins era?
Boogie. I thought about making Boogie one of my honorable. We got a lot of content out of those couple of weeks.
Yeah,
still in the intro. It's a good week for us and Boogie, Chris Paul haters.
Yeah. Boogie doesn't seem like the best of people.
No. I wouldn't say that either. The message is better than the messenger. Javin DeLaurier, if you look at the Wisconsin Herd advanced splits on-off defensive rating, the main Javin DeLaurier season, he should have won G League Defensive Player of the Year. Don't know where he is now, but my God, he had a great defensive season.
Yeah. Who can forget the Myers-Leonard era?
All right, let's wrap it up. Run the outro.
Joe Ingles. I was vindicated, by the way. That signing was not good.
I still have that picture in my closet somewhere. I printed out.
What could that possibly be?
What picture? Everyone on the bench. Everyone on the bench with their legs crossed. I can't believe there's one glaring omission that you made specifically. I thought you might take Grayson Allen at some point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my son. He was underappreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's having a career year.
Maybe. I was going to say, he's doing better for the Suns.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen's a good one. I forgot about Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
He's good. They could really use Grayson Allen.
No, he's a shooting guard still.
He'd be the best shooting guard they have.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think he's a little better than AJ.
Yeah. Better than Gary for sure.
I think AJ's a better pure shooter, but Grayson gives you a little bit more, despite
he can do more things.
People would think Bucks fans would think he wouldn't because of the record scratch in 22. I don't think that was totally his fault, but these days he's doing a lot on the court. No, that was bad. He went out on a bad note. That was the issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although he had another season after that. It just wasn't notable. They didn't trade him until they got Dame.
Yeah. Was 22? Yeah, it was 22.
That was the Celtics year. He just was like, he was not a key part of the story of the Heat series. So,
yeah, that's true. Bryn Forbes outscoring Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, that part was good.
Bryn Forbes in general, not good.
No, yes, that took some wild turns after the Bucks' career. So,
yeah.
Malik Beasley also.
It still might not be done.
If you want to see something surreal, follow Malik Beasley on Instagram where he's posting like first workout since the BS or first he refers to his ongoing gambling case that he's battling constantly.
Federal charges.
Constantly. He talks about it like it's a Twitter rumor. It's the craziest thing that's what they always tell you not to do is if there's anything ongoing, you don't say anything about it. He doesn't really speak on it specifically, but he just refers to it as the BS, and he's like out here, so like he's living his life, man.
He is living his life.
Yeah,
that is.
All right. Before I do,
I'm glad we got to do this. Thankful for all those guys. Thankful for everyone who listens.
Yes.
I'm also thankful that we got to do just a little bit of guys being dudes naming players.
We all
that's
knew
always
we'd get
fun
there at the end. Yeah.
Let us know anyone we missed.
Yeah.
But truly thankful to have people who actually listen to the show. That's great. That still blows my mind.
I know.
That people take these conversations. They're like, oh, that's something I want to hear, and
right.
that's really cool. And I never will take that for granted ever. To have the opportunity to just talk basketball with my friends. I can't think of anything better to do than do that. So really thankful for everyone. And just
here.
we're gonna keep doing this. We're locked in.
Hopefully the next pod is as positive. I'm guessing it won't be, but you never know.
What if they go 2-0 and they win the group and are going to the knockout stage of the NBA Cup?
Then we're all thankful for Darvin Ham.
Yep. Then we know it's Darvin.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't get hired by the Pelicans mid-cup.
Yeah, wait till after the Cup.
Yeah. I'll say it again. If it's a successful season if they win the NBA Cup.
Oh, God.
It is.
I'm not thankful for that.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but I don't want to trade the playoff success for the Cup.
What playoff success?
Well, I know.
Okay. No, it's like winning is good. That's what I'm saying.
It is. You're right. I'm thankful for the Cup.
Yeah, thankful for the Cup. And thank you all for listening to this episode of the Gyro Step here on Blue Wire and GSPN, presented by our wonderful friends over at Prize Picks. Make sure you're subscribed wherever you're listening or watching this podcast platform of choice or YouTube, respectively. 5-star rating and review. Engage in those comments, like the video. Make sure you're safe with whatever holiday travels you have. There's going to be some snow in the Wisconsin area, so just be cautious. Drive safe. And pod random. We'll talk to you next time. Oh, what about Bud? He's not a player.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Thankful for Bud.
Bud too.
Yeah. Bye.